this is part 3 of my huge flower guide in Hello Kitty Island Adventure, updated with the new things that we know. If you have not watched part 1 and part 2, they will be linked in the description and at the end of the video, but I suggest that you watch them now because you will not understand what I'm talking here if you have not watched part 1 and 2. You may have noticed that in part 2 I only shown the way to do some of the colors for some of the types, but not all the 26 colors for all the 6 flowers that we have now. This is what we are going to talk about today. To be able to make a new color, like for example a blue Tulia, you will have to breed 2 different types of flowers together. One of those 2 flowers from different types or species has to be a pattern flowers. At the moment we have ombre. I don't know if when we have trim it will work the same way. Maybe something even different. But at the moment, if you want a red penstemon, you could put a red ombre Tulia next to a sky penstemon or any other penstemon, by the way. And with some chance and fertilizing, you might get a red penstemon or a sky Tulia. So it actually takes the color from one flower and the type from another and put it together. Personally, I have not seen a yellow Tulia and a blue bell button make any green flower. So I don't think it works that way, that it mixes the color and gets another type. So I think it's really the type and the color and put together. A yellow Tulia and a blue bell buttons, if any is ombre, will give you either a yellow bell button or a blue Tulia, or normally a yellow Tulia or normally a blue bell buttons. I'm not going to show you all the possible combinations because there are so many, but I can tell you what you can aim for. Something that you know is that you cannot crossbreed the tints. You have to always go through the base color and white to make the tint. And you cannot do mint plus cloud to make seafoam. You need to make a green plus sky that will make teal, then teal plus white will make seafoam. So if you know that, it's less interesting to get the tints of the new species because you will have to do a lot more flowers. And so I recommend you to do just a few of the base colors and then to crossbreed them inside of their own type, and that will be a lot easier. So for example, for dandelions, if you want a seafoam, a cloud and mint, and also the green sky and teal, this is so hard to get because you will have to cross-type breed them with another flower of that specific color. But if you focus on only getting a green and a sky dandelion, then with just these 2 and white that you already have, you can make all the other colors. So now I'll tell you which of the base colors for each species and types of flowers you need to focus on to get, and hopefully that will make your planting arrangement a lot easier. So for dandelions, you should try to get green, blue, sky, violet and hot pink. For penstemon, yellow, red, violet, hot pink and blue. For Tulia, green, blue, sky, hot pink and white. For bell buttons, violet, hot pink, red and sky. And for hibiscus, red, yellow, white, green, sky, blue and violet. And for the marigold, red, yellow, white, green, sky, blue, hot pink and violet. And with all of that, technically you should be able to make all the 26 colors of all the flowers. And we know that red and yellow will always make orange regarding the type of flower. So all the combinations that I showed you in the part 2 are still valid, but I will show you the 6 new ones that you can actually make to have all these 26 colors for each flowers. Obviously at this point this is still theoretical because we have not seen any player having all these colors for all the flowers, but this is technically how this should work. So the new color breed that you can make is blue plus violet will make indigo, indigo plus white will make periwinkle, violet plus white will make lilac, hot pink plus white will make pink, magenta plus white will make cool pink, and violet plus hot pink will make magenta. And some colors are very obscure. Imagine that you want to have a cool pink tulle. So first of all, you need to have Lou and planting some hibiscus. Then you need your hot pink hibiscus, that is the main color, with a violet tulle. Either of them could be ombre. And hopefully it will make a hot pink tulle. Then you will crossbreed your hot pink tulle and your violet tulle to hope to make a magenta tulle. Then you need a white tulle. For that, you need to have, for example, an ombre white penstemon or an ombre white dandelion or an ombre white bell button together with any color of tulle, and hopefully it makes a white tulle. When you have this white tulle, you can put it with your magenta tulle and you might get a cool pink tulle. So this is weeks and weeks and weeks of crossbreeding and planting and replanting and everything. So this is really fun. And then just a few facts. Since 1.5.5, the seed packets and the sprouts won't be tradable anymore. And a reminder that since 1.6, the bloom flower will not be able to get a pattern anymore. It will be locked. So if you want to get a pattern, you need to get it before the flower bloomed, and after you need to replant another flower to hope to get it patterned. So take that into account in how you build your fields and what you fertilize and everything. But until 1.6 you're good. And also in 1.6 we'll have specific names for colors and patterns. It will say this is a red ombre penstemon instead of just writing penstemon and you're trying to say, okay, red is easy, but is it a mint, is it a seafoam, or is it a cloud? This is very hard to know, but it will be very clear next in 1.6. Unfertilized flowers will occasionally spawn and they can be crossbreeds as if they have been fertilized, but this is really, really rare. And Percy from the Discord have made this amazing flower checklist with many tabs and everything to keep track of everything that you have, and we thank them so much, and I will link it in the description. And to use it you need to go and make a copy, because this is a blank one, you cannot use it for yourself. You make a copy and then you can save it. It's on Google Drive. So I hope that is helpful. Because a lot of the flowers have very similar color to each other, I suggest that you go use a bed and select daytime, so you always have the best light possible to look at your flowers, and sometimes at night the colors might be misleading. Another tip is that if you have a full field of flowers just to compost to make fertilizer, I'll be sure that I have there only flowers that I have not gotten an ombre of. So that way when I have extra fertilizer for the day, I just put fertilizer on this compost farm, and that means that after that I have more chances of those flowers developing an ombre and not more ombres of the same flowers that I already have. And since 1.5.6 we have a new flower that is actually an event flower, that is the marigold, that is tied to the Color Blaze Carnival. Those spawn randomly on our island, so be sure to have at least a few empty spots during that event so you can get the new flowers. Those flowers do not produce seeds. That means that if you pick up the bloomed flower, you cannot put it in the seed dispenser to get new flowers from that. So you cannot trade the flower for other people to replant. You can only display it. And if a sprout is not at a grown stage yet, if you trowel it, you can actually destroy it. So if it's at the grown level you can move it, but before you need to wait until it grows at least one more day. And Chelsea confirmed it's only going to be available during the event, so be sure to play a lot with them during this event now and try to get other colors, but I'm probably sure that the flowers that you get during the event will not disappear after the event. You will just not get more. And that also means that probably we might be getting more flowers also in the future for other events. And I don't know if it's exciting or just overwhelming because we'll have too many flowers to deal with, but I'm excited for this marigold. I guess we'll have a part 4 because I cannot tell you this is the ultimate flower guide yet, but this is the part 3 already. So go check out the other part 1 and 2 here and see you soon. Bye bye.